Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Nirja.
Okay, great. Great to see you, Neha, and good to see the participants trickling in. And I'm sure in a few minutes we'll have more. We had quite a lot of registrations that we have seen, unlike other webinars. So it is a topic that is extremely dear to everyone's heart. I'm sure people who are on sabbaticals or who were, as well as who are considering these sabbaticals. So, right. Wonderful topic to deal with today. So, I will just quickly introduce Neha and give a few do's and don'ts about how we will do this masterclass today, and then I will hand it over to her. So, Neha is the founder of Janus. Is that pronounced as Janus?
Janice.
Okay. Janus She Rise is an institution for women with sabbaticals, an institution that aims at bridging the gap between what education provides versus what corporate expects. A space for women to evolve, think out of the box, and a better future for themselves and be bold about their career break. She's also a speaker and a trainer. She herself has a decade of corporate experience, and now she's kind of decided that her purpose in life is going to be helping women who have taken sabbaticals. And with that in mind, she's going to be talking to us today about how to handle the sabbatical effectively. I will not take more time in terms of what she's going to deliver in terms of today's presentation, but a few do's and don'ts for everyone. Please keep your video and audio off. We would like to conserve the bandwidth for, seeing the presentation and hearing from Neha. You can always chat on the chat window during the presentation if you want to ask a comment or if there is a question that you need answered. Anyone at any point in time during the presentation wants to say something, please raise your hand or you can put your comment on the chat window and we'll let you unmute yourselves and talk. There will be a Q&A session at the end. Again, we'll follow the same rules in terms of, you can either type it on the chat window or you can raise your hand and unmute yourselves and then ask the question and Neha will answer. With that, let's get on with today's session. Neha, over to you.
Okay. I'll share the screen.
Sure.
So here is a short story of my sabbatical, what I learned during my sabbatical, how I overcame through my sabbatical phase. And while I was going through my sabbatical, I myself felt there is a lot of financial challenge that I faced, a lot of strategies that I couldn't focus on, and there was a lot of emotional stress that I underwent. While I was recovering from my sabbatical, it was my complete effort that helped me move out of the sabbatical. Yes, people around me, they were helping me, but until and unless I decided that I need to move out of the sabbatical phase, it was not exactly an easy thing for me. It was a challenge that forced me. I even had some rough times during my sabbatical, and I'll take you through the slides, through the stories. You are free to ask questions in the end, and I'll quickly run through the slides and explain you how it is really important to plan the sabbatical. Now, it was easy when we trace a little back and we move back to the caveman era. It was really easy because the roles were predefined. Men go out, hunt, bring food. Women stay inside, take care of the kids, take care of the house, and cook. But as we moved onto the modern era and we decided to move out and be the bread earner of the family, we are somewhere disconnecting by not sharing or not letting men around us know that they also need to come in and be the homemaker for the family. So when we are moving out to be the bread earner, it is equally important for men to understand that they need to get inside the house to be a homemaker. It is not that I am asking you to shift the complete burden from one shoulder to another. It's about sharing the responsibilities with other family members. And while in the process, if we are not conveying the message, we are completely disconnecting one from the another. The woman life cycle, which I'll talk about, is a complete matrix. So when we were born as a daughter, and one more extra responsibility that we might or might not have is a sister. Then we pursued and we went ahead, took on higher education, and we launched ourselves into the career. As we moved on, we added few roles and responsibilities to ourselves. We became wife, we became daughter-in-law, and more-in-law responsibilities. So if you see from daughter to wife and daughter-in-law, the shades are getting darker, which means we are adding more responsibilities to ourselves. And then we enter into motherhood, which is again a darker shade, wherein we are in a process of adding more responsibilities to ourselves. In the cycle, the phase of moving from daughter to daughter-in-law, wife, mother, we are somewhere in a process of also taking a career break. Many women are blessed wherein they do not have to face a career break in their life, but that are few exceptions. I'm talking about the largest section of the society, wherein for XYZ reasons we do come up with a conclusion that we need to take a career break. Now, the biggest mistake or the blunder that I would say we do is, before we walk off the ramp force, we do not keep in mind, or we do not consult from any mentor, because we have never had this concept of having a mentor in our life. Neither we think of what possibilities we can have. And that is the reason our unplanned career break becomes the biggest hurdle for us to relaunch ourselves into the workforce. If you talk about the sabbatical life cycle, a sabbatical life cycle has three phases, and it's completely subjective. For me, I had the first stage, which lasted for a few months. For some it might for a few weeks, for some it might be for a year. So the first stage is a happy go phase, wherein we are happy for the reason we have taken a career break. We are happy for, maybe we have entered into motherhood, we are into a new relationship. For the reason, whatever reason we have taken the career break, we are happy in that phase. But as soon as the the first phase is at the urge of towards the end, we enter into the second phase, we start questioning our identity, we start questioning the degrees that we earned, we start questioning the purpose of our life. And that is where these questions lead to, why am I not doing anything, why am I stuck to this kind of a lifestyle which I never thought of. And from the second phase, when we start to ignore such questions, when we do not address, when we do not take preventive measures on how to address such kind of a question, so that we can move out from that phase, rather than we ignore it, we move from second phase to the third phase, wherein we set a mindset where we keep telling ourselves, okay, fine, this is what we have in our life, and we will settle for this. And once we settle for such kind of situation in our life, we start to quitting, we start to take things for granted, we start to quit. I have prepared a very simple graph without any parameters on x-axis and y-axis. It's a very simple graph, right, wherein I have tried to integrate a woman life cycle with a career that a woman goes through in her life. So if you see, a woman life cycle has her own roles and responsibilities, which is an upward graph. So as a woman moves from ahead in her life, the number of years that she adds to her age, she also adds the roles and responsibilities to her life. The another part of the graph is the woman career, which is completely on a roller coaster, because when we launch ourselves, it is at a high, but then when we consider taking a pause there, if we do not take proper actions, it becomes a roller coaster ride for us. And this rectangle, this is the pitch wherein the role of a mentor is highly crucial. As per the definition, while I was reading what career break is, it says it's a choice. But I, being a woman myself, I do understand it's no more a choice. At times, what I undergo, where while I underwent a career break, it was not a choice for me. I had certain situation wherein I had to opt out of my career and to take the next alternative, which was maybe after 5 6 months I'll relaunch myself. But again, the mistake that I did was I did not take an advice from a mentor. I did not reach out to a woman who was already on a career break and get her own story so that I can plan it accordingly. So I just went ahead and I took a career break without any planning. So again, the the debate that we have in today's career break scenario is we need to consider three things in our mind. Who is basically responsible for our career break or for our relaunch? Is it the women around us? Is it the men around us? Or these two conditions can still be addressed. But the third one, which I'm going to talk about, if this is the reason why we are still on a career break, then we need to really evaluate, and it's high time for us to address it because no one except us is going to bridge that gap. The third reason is, are we taking our career break lightly, or we are not taking persistent actions and we ourselves are responsible for the prolonged career break that we are having in our uh, life? So again, it is completely unplanned, without a role of mentor in our life, without proper consultation. There is no sponsor in our life. And this has what led me to identify what kind of a leak I had during my career break and what I can learn from them. So when I went back and I tried to identify the leak, what I could jot down was I really working smarter? If I'm looking for a job, am I really smartly working on it, or just sitting from day till the evening and think that I'm hunting for a job, but not in a smarter or in a right manner? Is the network that I had previously, is it frozen? Do they have the same image as but they are not aware of what I'm going through now? So am I in touch with my network as on date? Are the people around me, they are judging me for what I am undergoing today, and am I allowing them to judge me? And is their judgment or are their comments affecting me? Am I around with the right set of people? What I mean by the right set of people is, you need to identify, you want to be in a group full of gossip, or you want to be in a group who have like minded people, who want to be in a self development phase, who want to do something in life, make a career, who want to achieve bigger goals. So there are few set of people. You need to identify the right set and fit yourself there. Then it's not just about going and attending women based academy workshops or sessions or webinars. Are we, when coming back from those sessions, are we coming back with some kind of a value addition? Are we coming back with some kind of a new network? Are we in a process of nurturing the network? So just by attending is not going to fulfill the motive why we went there to attend. Did we really convert that event into some kind of a benefit for our motive that we are carrying with us to particular workshop or event? And then again, we we as a women, we try to fit in into those only profiles which we think are perfect for us. So if we have a right kind of a profile wherein all the job descriptions are checklist, or we are in a position when we think that okay, we have all the right kind of tick marks, then only we will apply for that particular kind of a job. But that should not be the scenario. Even if you think 60% of the profile you have the experience and you have the skill set, go for it. 40% learn it and then implement it. So even while you are working on the right kind of a job set for you, you need to work it smartly by making sure even if 60% of the skill set you have, Go for it, apply for it, take a chance, take a lead. 40% you will learn it through the process and then implement it. It's okay. Now we as a women are blessed with some leadership skills, some, and these are inbuilt leadership skills. We are quite empathetic, we are flexible, we are patient, we are loyal. Identify those kind of skill sets that you already have. Now I want you to have a pen and paper with you and to write maybe three skill sets that you already have under I commit to. Now, when I talk about I commit to, then you will have three skill sets that you think you already have. And those particular skill sets that you already have should be in sync with the profile that you are looking for, the right kind of a job that you are searching for. And you need to work on it, you need to polish those skills, because over a period of time, there might be a few layers of dust that you need to dust them off, and in that process you need to work on it a little bit more. So what are those particular skill sets which are your core skills, but you have to polish them? Under I consider, write down three skills that are in sync with the profile, the industry that you belong to, but you think these are the skills that are in trend and you do not possess. So write them in an order and make it a mission or a goal for yourself that in 2019 you will add those skills to yourself. Invest in yourself is what I mean to say. By investing in yourself, when you go to a recruiter and the recruiter asks you for 2 years of your career break or for 2 months of your career break, what did you do? You would be in a position to tell them, I took these courses and I added these skill sets to my resume. So it's good to be bold about your career break, but then what did you do on your career break is also very important, and it needs to be addressed equally. So make sure the the time that you have as a career break, leverage on it. So there are online courses, there are certification courses, there are courses through webinars. There are These courses are at your comfort zone, so you don't have to go out of the house, and you don't have to go move out of the city to get those courses. You can take those courses at the comfort zone of yours, and also add value to your resume, to your CV, and you can tell them that these are the skill sets that I have added to myself. Now, a few tips which I think are really important, which while I was on a career break, I met a mentor, and the few tips that I received really helped me out to come out of the sabbatical. One was, I did worked on how to create my own personal brand. If you think you are working, and then only you can create a brand. I'm one example wherein I say that if you have to create a brand, you can create a brand anytime. And by creating a brand, I mean you add value to yourself and you add value to other people's life. You make a difference in people's life. You extend your support, you extend your learnings to them, and you help them learn new things, make a difference in their life by creating. And slowly by doing that, in this process, you are creating a brand for yourself. You need to attract mentors and sponsors. The value of a mentor and sponsor has been really underestimated. We as a women have never exposed ourselves on what mentors are to our life. Have a mentor in your life and then see what changes you undergo and what tremendous upliftment in your career or in your personal life you will have. And it's a real time asset to have a mentor in life. We need to also know the art of negotiation, wherein what we want to achieve not is not easily acceptable, is not easily available or easily permissible. So art of negotiation is the key, wherein we need to put forward on the table what are the pros and cons of what you want in and from other people or from yourself, and how you can add value to them also. So that is one art that you need to learn. And there are leadership skills that you need to demonstrate at times, wherein you feel this is the right kind of action that you want to take, and this is the right time for you to take some action. But then situations around you are not favoring you, but you need to have it, and at that point of time you need to demonstrate your negotiation skill and your executive leadership potential, so that it's a win-win situation for people around you, and you get to achieve what you want in life. Now, who can be the sponsors in your life? Sponsors are the people who will, no matter wherever they are, whether you are around them or not, they will talk about your progress in life. They will help you in getting what you want in life, and they will help you in introducing others without even having being benefited from that. So these are the people who are selfless, and they'll talk about you too, and they want you to see go higher in life. So it's equally important to have a sponsor in your life. They can be your mentors, or they can be your boss with whom you had a good rapport in your past or present organization. They can be your customers, or in the society, if you have good relation with people around who can help you in getting the right kind of a job profile. Your colleagues who might be from the previous organization or from the current organization, and the executives. So a sponsor can be anybody, but you need to work around with an open mindset, with an open eye and ear, so that you get to know who is the right kind of a person with whom you pitch in, and he can pitch in further as a sponsor for you wherever he goes. And it's a selfless relationship. No, he's not benefiting from you, but he or she, it can be anybody, your family, your mentor, your boss. They talk about you because they see that potential in you, and they want to see you at some success level. So how you can attract a sponsor? For that, you need to think few steps ahead and a few level up. You have to widen your horizon, wherein you are there to extend support. The way you think has to be changed, and that can only be changed when you are in a network of people who are in the same kind of a direction as in you are. So if you are into self development, or if you are into some kind of a mentor, if you have a mentor in life, these people will help you to think a few steps ahead out of their own experience. Then, just by having a mentor or sponsor is not going to work. You need to take action, and the action has to be consistent. By consistent, I mean if you take a rigorous action today and 6 days you do not do anything about it, what you want in life, seventh day again you took a rigorous action, it will not give you the right kind of a result. So by working hard, I mean you have to take a consistent action. You have to really focus. And for that, you have to make sure that you identify the right kind of an environment, the right kind of a space in your own house, the right kind of the work hours wherein nobody will disturb you. And then you focus completely on what you want to achieve in life. Your network has to be very strategic. Just by going out for some kind of a session and having and meeting them and then not being in touch with them is a useless network that we might end up with. So nurturing the network is also an art. It has to be very strategic, and you need to make sure that while you network, so you are into an event, for example, and there is a very successful lady who is coming up, and you want to network with the lady. It's really important you do the background work. You understand the success story, the failure story of the lady. You read about her, you understand what she is into, what her interest is. It's all available online. If she's somebody who is really powerful, it's all available. And you prepare the right kind of questions, so the conversation that you initiate will will have a to and fro interest, and she will also get a feel this particular lady who has come up with me has a right set of questions. She knows about me, she's interested about my work, and definitely that will help you to network strategically in a right manner, right direction, and help you to achieve what kind of a goal you are looking for. Then there are times when you have to stand for the right. You need to make sure that you take a right action. It's really important when you invest your energy in talking something that benefits other people. You have your own success, whatever lessons you have learned through your failures also, you need to teach it to others. Keeping it to yourself is like you are not giving value to whatever you have learned. So make sure the lessons, the stories that you have, you speak about them to others, you share your experience to others, and you try to try to create a group around you wherein along with you people around you also get inspired by you, and they want to move in a right kind of direction to achieve something in life. It's very important to be authentic. Even when you are on a career break, there's no there's no shame, or there is no hard feeling telling that yes, I was on a career break, but then it's okay. I did a lot of things. Be authentic, be honest, be authentic, and important is be bold. Just by being bold, you suppress the thought of the other person who might cross question you. If they see that you being on a career break, you are not okay about it. If they get that feeling that you're not okay on being a career on on a career break, it gives them a leverage to question you with some kind of that might create a further discomfort in your own mind. Okay, we have heard a lot many times where we do get to hear that be at the edge of your comfort zone. When I was on my sabbatical, I realized be at the comfort zone, be at the edge of your comfort zone has really lot to do by it has a wider meaning. By saying it has a wider meaning, I mean to say it just don't talk about you are in the house and you move out of the house. It's not that. It's it's about taking risk that you have never taken before. It's about investing in yourself in huge amount, maybe sometimes, that you might have never done before. So even as of now, I am investing. For example, the a few days back I enrolled myself in a leadership program, and I don't have the money for it. I have enrolled it. I i have registered for it. I know I have to go through that program. I still have not figured out where will I arrange the money from, but I'll arrange it from somewhere. I will invest it, and I will get three times more return and pay my all debts. That is the kind of the attitude you have to develop. If you think that by not investing in yourself, by not investing in your mentor, or just by being at home, you'll get the right kind of things, it might take a little longer time, and in that longer process you might end up in being the third stage of your sabbatical, where you are in are at the verge of quitting everything. So it's really important to take the right kind of action at the right of point of time, learn, be a little uncomfortable, take more uh, aggressive steps, and be more inspirational as well as aspirational. To have a mentor in life, what kind of a person can be a mentor in life? That is again a very good thought, and I thought that that is really important to identify the right kind of a person. He should know the subject. By knowing the subject, if in my case I talk about, he should know the pain point. If somebody is on a sabbatical, he should know the pain point of being on the sabbatical, otherwise he'll talk superficially. He'll not be able to connect with me. So a mentor should know the subject, and he should be passionate about his work or her work. He or she should understand what he is doing. He should have a passion of, if somebody is in pain, he should be passionate to address the pain. And he should be interested in investing his time, in investing his effort in you. He should feel happy when you reach at a level of your dream, or wherever you want to reach. He should put in his real time efforts to reach or to take you to that destination. That is the right kind of a mentor that you should look for. And by being here in this webinar, you are not just for yourself, you are here even for the betterment of the women in your family or around yourself, wherein you can learn few things from this session and you can share your experiences with them, so no other woman should take or make a blunder of committing another unplanned career break. So this wheel of life talks about different aspects of our life, and in a scale of 1 to 10 we do rate ourselves, and the lowest where you rate yourself. So this is a round wheel of life, and has career, social life, attitude, relationship, wherein you start from center being 0, and the out as you go move out towards the outer of the circle, it is 10. And you rate yourself on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being the lowest and 10 being the highest. You join all the points and you will see it's not a ideal circle that you end up with. You do that exercise when after the webinar, because we do not have time to have this exercise during the webinar. You create this wheel of life, do understand where you have rated yourself towards the lowest, and for 2019 make a goal. For example, you have rated yourself very low in your health. Maybe your health, you want to lose weight, you want to lose you want to add, you have some kind of a health issue which you want to overcome. And there can be any reason because of which you have rated yourself low in terms of health. So keep that a goal for 2019, maybe even mid of 19 to be more rigorous. So by mid of 2019, keep that a goal in your life that you will work to move that from a scale of maybe 3 to 8. Work on any one aspect of this wheel of life and work to improve. By doing that, what you are simply doing is you are at a time working on one aspect of your life towards the improvement of that particular aspect. Then there is a SWOT analysis that talks about the strength that you have, the weakness that you have, the opportunities that you come across, and the threats like the competition, the weakness and the competition combination. So you need to identify these things in your life, create a proper list of them, What are your strengths? What are your weakness? What are the opportunities? You can take pictures if you want. So that will help you to basically identify where you stand, where you want to advance, and what are the baby steps you can take towards the advancement of your goal. Now come I'll come to the topic wherein I'll be talking about three different aspects. One, wherein women do consider, are at the stage of considering a pause. Another is wherein they are on a sabbatical, and thirdly, wherein they are at the verge of relaunch. If you are considering a pause, if you're already working and there is a situation that has come up and you want to uh, pause your career for a while, ask yourself, is it really required to completely pause it? Maybe for 6 months you take a pause and then you relaunch yourself in the same organization. You have a discussion with your manager and you create a deal for yourself. That is your negotiation skill and your leadership skill, where it plays a major role. Are there any flexible options before quitting? So maybe you speak to your manager, these are the flexible work from home options that I can offer, I don't want to quit. Speak to them, what are the options that they can offer, and you compromise at some part and they compromise at some level, and then definitely there has to be a midway. What kind of an occupational happiness you are looking for? If you really want to quit, and that is another an important question. If you want, if quitting will give you some kind of break and you're happy about it, just go for it. Then in the entire process, make sure your milestone, your success stories, you have documented it, and you have created, you have not missed out anything, because that will help you to discuss with your manager, to negotiate, to crack a deal, and help them realize you were a valuable asset and you will always be a valuable asset. For that, you need to make sure that you have documented your milestones, because at times we in during our conversations we might miss certain important aspects. It's equally important to build relationship with interns while we are going on a career break, and by the time we are back they might be at a senior position, might be possible. And if you build a relationship with these interns, they might help you in getting back to the workforce. And again, the SWOT analysis that we covered in the previous slide, the strength, the weakness, opportunities, and threats, this will help you to figure out how exactly you can plan your career break. Now, if you are on a career break, we will cover more in in the later slides also. But if you are on a career break currently, there are 3 4 things that you need to keep in mind. Are you are you in touch with the industry trends? What are the new things coming up? Are you learning or reading about them? Are you updated? Even if there is a silly question around that particular trend, are we able to answer? He or she might not get into the detail, but do we at least know that what are the latest IT techniques that have come up? Then it's important to be social, to that will help us to network more strategically while we are on a career break. It's important to get into volunteering activities as well. We might have a short term thought process that it might not give us the money, but the experience that it gives us will be added to it, and it will help to crack a deal, maybe a better deal in future. And then again, networking is important while we are on a career break. Fresh networking is important, but equally it is important to be in touch with people of your organization, the past organizations where you have worked with. If you are in a process of relaunching yourself, you need to understand the priorities have changed, the emotional you have changed completely. So you need to re-evaluate and further re-evaluate on what you want. You might take a decision in quick and hustle that, okay, fine, this is the same kind of a profile, I can go and work. But once you land up in the profile, it might not suit you, because maybe after 2 years or after 3 years, your priorities have changed. A lot of things have changed. So again, re-evaluation is important. Then we need to pick few people in the industry from our network who go through our resume, who review it and give a feedback on what can be added, on what can be edited, on what can be moved or deleted from the resume. So that will give, and that to a person from a higher hierarchy, maybe at a very senior position, will give his own point of view that we might not even have imagined. So it's always good to have people in that network who can review the resume. Then we also need to work on the control, content, and compassion part. And it's always good to accept your exit stories, your sabbatical, no, without any apologies, and be bold about it. Be bold it to an extent that the other person might feel a little fearful talking more about your career break, and be comfortable talking more about your strength, your the assets and the value that you might provide to the organization, and talk less about your career break. While you are on a career break, few things that you need to do, and these are not these are not the things that you will do maybe 1 day and 2 day and not do for the rest of the days in the week, but you have to be consistent on it. Consistency will take you somewhere. Figure out what are the things that you already have, the assets that you already have. Maybe you although you are on a career break, still you do not have liabilities, still you don't have credit card bills to pay. So few are the blessings that you can never ignore. Then what are the new things that you need to learn and further relearn, and some things that you need to unlearn? What are the new things that you can try? So I, coming from a decade of experience into finance, I took I took completely a new route for myself, which I was passionate about. So if you have any passion in your life, and you can start your passion as a new career, why not? That is something you can always leverage with your time. And when you do something with a complete passion into it, you put in something way beyond your imagination to work it out. Read the right kind of books, blogs, publications, maybe switch from novels or fiction to some self development books. Even during traveling, I made sure that I so during, if I meet someone in a flight or in train or even in bus, I travel with an intention on, can I get some right kind of people around me? Can the person sitting next to me, what does he do? I was always curious. The person sitting next to me in the flight, what does he do? Or can I learn something from that person? So even if you have the compassion, if you have the passion towards your work, it will always be with you no matter where you are going. Even if you are traveling for a holiday or vacation, enjoy your vacation. I'm not asking you not to enjoy, but you can be creative there as well towards your work. Challenge yourself. Okay, I got this, now my next challenge is, I got this opportunity, I don't want this opportunity to let it go. Where will I get the money from? That is a challenge for me, but I crossed one step. I'll figure out something. That is the kind of risk level you have to take for yourself, because ultimately it's you who is investing in yourself for your betterment of life, especially for what you want in life and not what others want from you. Stay connected with people, that's the mantra. Keep upgrading your skills, volunteer, learn, keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. It will add to your skills, it will open your mindset, it will expose you to something better. And you might never know when the right opportunity will come. Your volunteering activities can also be you know a value addition to it. If you can consider entrepreneurship in regards to your passion, that can be that there's nothing good like that. And if you want to look for some flexible fit, what if you are looking for some freelancing project based short term, any great fit that you can have, what you can also think in those directions. A few networking tips which I already discussed in few slides back, which I've repeated it, I've jotted down in particular points. There are two types of networking: organic and inorganic. Organic is whatever is already in your network, and inorganic is through your network where you can reach the right kind of people. So create a strategy for yourself. First of all, what you want to have to do in life. Then what are the right kind of people that you should surround with. Through those organic network, how can you reach the inorganic network who might be at a powerful position, who can be of help to you. So keep brainstorming. We are always in a process of, getting, we think that we should get this, and in that process of asking and getting, we forget giving somewhere. Giving is like an echo. The more you give, the more you get. Try it for a short time. You'll understand what exactly I'm saying. Maybe for some people it might not sound good, but for me it has really worked. The more I give, the more I get. You need to be present. Your eyes have to be very much open. Ear has to be open. You need to understand what is going around you. You need to understand and get in sync with exactly what kind of things you want. Your visibility should be there, and you'll definitely come up with something, but you need to be present every time in what exactly you want. In networking, it is really important to be ready with your elevator pitch. You might get a call on your mobile, and they might ask you to introduce you. When you are ready with your elevator pitch, it is really easy for you to introduce yourself, to tell them, and to tell them something about themselves in a way that you end up somewhere half, and they are curious to ask the next question. That should be the kind of elevator pitch that you should have. In networking, it is also important to listen more, because while networking, what we are doing is to understand the other person more. We do know ourselves, so let us not talk more about ourselves. It is important to know the other person. For that, we have to listen more. Short term and long term planning both are equally important. You cannot achieve big if you haven't planned the baby steps, and just by planning baby steps and not knowing where you want to go, that will also not help. So create your short term and your long term plan. Short term are your baby steps that will take you to the big goal that you have. Take action during networking. You have to make sure that you nurture your network, and you have to be really consistent about whatever you want in life. Go for things, the sessions, the networking webinars, or any kind of session that really connects to you. Don't miss them, because those are the places where you meet the right kind of a people. Business card is not for all. You have to, if you want to carry, do carry, but it's okay. But business card is only for people with whom you want to connect at business level. And I spoke about informational interview, wherein you go with your some kind of homework being done, where you know about that person, you understand their background, you understand what kind of a career they had, what kind of a profile they had, and what they are interested into. Have they ever been into some kind of um, a women based activity? If you want to get, so anything, any kind of seminar or session or talk you are going, and you want to connect to particular speaker especially, and because you think that tunes you well, so be there with your homework and your right set of questions. Again, connect with like-minded people. Now the financial challenges. The financial challenges what I went through was really
Neha,
yeah.
it's a brilliant session. I just wanted to give a time check. It is 2:52, so we've
Okay,
got about 10 minutes more.
sure. I'll just find out. Okay. So the financial challenges, yes, we do have a lot many, and a few to name them is, as compared to men, we do have lower lifetime earnings. We do outlive men. There is a decline of financial status during a career break. Healthcare, medical expenses, and definitely inflation plays a major role. How can you plan your finances? It's important to volunteer. Go reach out to some kind of um, part-time or flexi options that are there available online. We have a lot of sites that provide online earnings. Even if you are a creative, you can create your own blog, you can create your travel blogs, you can create any kind of such things which you are passionate about, and you can start the earnings. You have to just research a little bit on what your passion is and how that can be converted into your real time income. So I will just go ahead with this rule. This is really important. Anyone who is earning in your family, or even if you have a small source of income, or anyone whom you want to help, there is your finances, your transportation, groceries, it should include all these things. And then 30% should be your kind of luxury amount for the month, where you want to go for movie, some dinner, some party with friends, or some kind of a new gadget or shopping you want to do. Keep that 30 in for that purpose on what you want, and 20 strictly in your saving. This rule also says 50 and 30 can be flipped a little in the percentage here and there, but 20 has to be strictly into the investment to whom you inspire. So if I talk about Sudha Murthy, if I talk about Michelle Obama, husbands who were like who were powerful, but they were not overshadowed by their power. They came out as an independent personality, and it's a challenge. It's not an easy thing. They would have stayed there in their comfort zone, they would have done nothing. But if you read about Sudha Murthy, she goes to villages, she works with kids, she works with women who you read her story, what kind of a society she serves. She goes to villages, what kind of a work she does. She has not been into the comfort zone. She has money, but she's never been into that comfort zone. If you talk about other women in life, keep some inspirational women in life. There are, if you talk about Oprah, she had a very dark childhood. It would have been easy for her to give up. She was raped so many times. It would have been easy for her to give up in life or to kill herself, but then she achieved something, and she's at a stage wherein I get inspiration for myself. So follow women, look at their history, what they have gone through, what they are doing now, and get inspired from such women. So that is it from my side. You can connect me if you have any queries offline. And yes, Nirja, I'm done now. I'm open to questions if there are any.
Sure. As I said when I paused you to give you a time check, brilliant session, Neha. Thank you for this. You've covered everything that's possible, in terms of understanding how one deals with a sabbatical. And even if one is not on a sabbatical, I think there are a lot of tips that one can take away from this. So thank you for this.
Thank
We let 5 to 10 minutes of Q&A. I know we are close to the ending time, but I will allow people, maybe 5 more minutes or 10 more minutes if there are questions. People can raise their hands or put it out in the chat window, and we will let you be unmuted. Okay. While people are maybe thinking of questions or they got all the information that they were seeking, from the session, let me ask you one question, Neha. So I know that, you've also gone
Yeah,
through, this cycle of break. It's not that all of us know everything about everything and then get into it, right? We may just
right.
trip and fall, or, we just think that everything is going to be great. And then we figure out that no, there are certain things that one needs to do, get back into the groove. So what kind of kept you going, or how did you kind of get up if you had actually fallen down during this journey of your career break? What was that moment, or what is it that pushed you towards reaching where you have reached
So I my husband would have been here, he would have told you how pathetic his life was. And so it's like I underwent a lot of emotional disbalance, to be very honest. I've also cried, I have like fought for nothing. And the benefit, the best thing I had was a supportive partner. um and then one day I while brainstorming, while speaking just to myself, I decided that if I keep doing this, if I keep fighting with the situation in a negative manner, it is not going to give me what I want. I need to convert this negative fight into a positive fight. So I need to understand if I'm in a new location altogether. So these are the real time questions that I asked to myself. I came from one metro city to another metro city. I knew nobody. I was still in the process of networking with people. I questioned myself, if I am in a city of entrepreneur, why can't I become an entrepreneur? Why can't I start something which can be of some help to people around? So such kind of questions which I asked, people around me supported me. It's not that they had a dream and they came out to support. I reached out to them and I asked them for their support, and mm, they were okay to support me. So yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I think that's the main point that I would like to tell everyone here on this session. Action, that's what matters. See, all of us go through enough in terms of emotions, in terms of turmoil. It's not necessarily a career break. Generally in life, we go through a lot of things. Unless and until you act, you do something about it, nobody is going to come and help you out, right? You can always have counselors and psychologists and of course mentors, but they will only talk and they will probably guide you and give you some tips, but the person who needs to act is you. So take
Yes.
that action. All right. Now there is definitely a comment from Suchi. She's saying nice session, especially the 50-30 rule, 50-30-20 rule. Thank you. That was a brilliant slide. Preeti says, I have taken a break to do my CPA. Unfortunately, I have not been able to get through my exams. I feel my life has come to a standstill and don't know what to do next. I quit my good paying job with Cisco after completing 11 years there.
Okay.
Anything that you would like to tell Preeti, Neha?
Yes. So Preeti, I don't know what exactly how you prepared for the CPA. So even there are people who really do well and they're not able to qualify. And there are times when you try for a few things and you fail. The next thing which you ask to yourself, should I reappear for the exam, or there is something which is there for me, and I'm in a battle of identifying something else. So you need to sit back, brainstorm, question yourself, if I have failed in this area, what should I reappear for the exam, or should I try something else? So maybe you can take some 3 month course that is relevant to your profile, and you again start to appear for the job hunts. In fact, I really appreciate the kind of profile the profiles have posted on jobs for her site, and the kind of the ambassador group that they have created. There is a lot of benefit from there we can take. So again, I what worked for me might not work for you, but what has kept me going will keep you going as well. The only thing is, if what kept me going was my questioning to my own self, what next? I can't give up. If I give up, I will be stagnant, I will be a still water. So the difference between running water and a still water is, we all know, the still water is fresh, and water which is there in some space still, it becomes stagnant. So we need to basically identify, are are we in a process of being stagnant, or are we in a process of being fresh? So identify what next. That is the best thing that you can do.
Thanks, Neha. Ashwini is asking whether there's any opportunity to volunteer in your organization.
So my organization, as of now, I'm working with women, in mentoring them, in giving them one-on-one sessions, addressing their issues, and preparing. I am working at a very ground level. I'm preparing their resume. I'm preparing their LinkedIn profile. Even I'm teaching them how LinkedIn profile, if they can optimize it in a right manner, it can help them in identifying the right kind of a job, and how they can do it through LinkedIn as well. So as of now, it's a one person organization. It's a small thing. I connect with the organizations like Job for Her, who are working for women especially, and so that I can share the idea, I can share my learnings, and I can help women around not to make the mistakes that I made. So as of now, nothing as such which I can say can be volunteered. But yes, be in touch with me. If there comes anything, I'll definitely let you know. Thank you for the coming up front and asking for volunteer.
Thanks. Okay, Simhadri says it was a very interesting session. Thanks a lot. And I'm just looking at the time. So, 3:05. I don't think there are any other questions. So once again, Neha, wonderful session. Thank you. And look forward to have more sessions from you in the future. And thank you, audience, for being such a good audience, a very quiet audience, and hearing Neha through completely. And look forward to the next foundation webinar next week.
I just have one last thing to say is,
Sure, Neha.
If you want me to share the PPT with the audience, I will be really glad to do that. But what I want them to do is to to learn something from here and to implement it.
Sure.
And not waste their 1 hour that they have attended here by just listening and not doing anything. Even
Absolutely.
if that changes one person's life, it would be a success for me.
Right. So Neha is a mentor on our portal. Also, what we usually do is any feedback that you would like to post can be put on the same event page through which you registered. The comment section, you can always put it out there. And Neha is also part of our ambassador group. So there are many ways to reach out to Neha. Of course, she's also given her other credentials over here. And that is very important. As I said, you need to act. So if you have spent an hour here now, I think there should be at least one thing that you should go back and start doing or stop doing. It can work both ways.
Right.
There's something negative which you have to stop. That itself will kind of put you in a better position. Or if there is something that you would like to start, one thing you have to, and that's what is going to be your giving back, Neha, and to the foundation for having attended this masterclass. And who knows, in a few months' time, you may be, sitting in Neha's position and delivering a session of this sort.
Definitely. Yeah. Good luck.
All right. Thank you, Neha, once again, and thank you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.